You are welcome to my channel. I am Adedapo. In this video, we will learn multiplication of fraction. We can multiply fraction by whole numbers. Example, these are fractions and these are whole numbers. Fraction can also be multiplied by fraction. Example, fractions and fractions. Okay, let us start by multiplying fractions by whole numbers. Example, on the board here, we have 3/4 times 9. So, when multiplying fractions by whole numbers, I always encourage my learners to put 1 in the denominator. Why I encourage my learners to put 1 is so that they will know that this 9, which is the whole number, is for the numerator, and while 1 is for the denominator. This is to allow them to know the numerator and the denominator so that they won't mistakenly multiply the numerator with the denominator. So after doing that, we have to check if we have multiples of the numbers among them. This is 4. We don't have multiples of 4 here. We don't have multiples of 4 here. So in this case, we multiply the fractions. We multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So we say 3 times 9, we have 27. And 4 times 1 is 4. So, how many 4? Remember, you're not to leave your answer in improper fraction. How many 4 is in 27? That is 6 whole number 3/4. Now, if you cannot change from improper fraction to mixed fraction, check my video for how to change from mixed fraction to improper fraction. Now, let us go to the second question. 2/5 of 10. When you see of in a question, it is also multiplication. When you're answering a question like this, you change this of to times. Let us change it. We have 2/5 times 10. And remember to put 1 in the denominator. Now we have 2/5 times 10/1. Let us check if we have multiples of the numbers among them. We see 5 is not a multiple of 2, no. 5 is a multiple of 10. So there we would divide this number here because 5 is a multiple of 10. We can multiply them out in the same method I used to solve this, but I don't like using that method for numbers that have multiples, because if after multiplying the number is big, you may have issues dividing it. So when you divide it at this point, after multiplying, you have a small number that you'll be able to work with. So let us check. 5 is not a multiple of 2, so we can't divide that. 5 is a multiple of 5. So we say 5 divided by 5, we have 1. And then 10 divided by 5, we have 2. So now here you have 2/1 times 2/1. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 1 is 1. Any number over 1 is that number. So we have 4 then. So another example. If you look at this question, it has difference with the first 2 we solved. Now, in this case, the whole number is placed here, while in the other one, we have the whole number in this side. It does not matter where the whole number is. It's just the same way you solve the other one, you're going to solve it. So, let us put 1 in our denominator. And the next thing we have to do is to check if there are multiples of any number among them. Now, we have 21 here, and we have 7. 21 is not a multiple of 4, so we can't use that. 21 and 7. So 7 is a multiple of 21. So we can divide at this point. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. So now you have 1 over 1, which is 1, and you have 4 over 3. So the answer is 4 over 3. And don't leave your answer in improper fraction. So how many 3 is in 4? It's one whole number, remainder 1 over 3. Okay, the fourth question. Now, we have to multiply. To solve that, we put 1 in the denominator. And then we check if there are multiples of any number so that we can divide them at that point or cancel them out. So let's check. We have 10 here. We have 25. If you notice, 10 is not a multiple of 25. But the two, 10 and 25, those two numbers have a common multiple. 10 and 25 have a common multiple. So we are going to use the common multiple to divide. And that common multiple is 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So now we have 2 over 1 times 2 over 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then 1 times 5 is 5. Now, let us multiply fraction by fraction. This is the example of two fractions we want to multiply. So let us multiply them. Let's check if they have multiples. So no multiples at all. So we simply multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. 1 times 3 is 3 and 2 times 4 is 8. Number 2. So the second question. Let us multiply this fraction out. But before we multiply, we have to check if there are common multiples. So if they have common multiples, that means we will use that multiple to divide. This is 3 and this is 2. This is 4 and this is 48. So 4 have multiples. It's a multiple of 48. So this can divide. And even 2 is a multiple of 4. So anyway, anyhow you want to do it, if you want to divide 4, so anyhow you want to do it, if you want to divide 2 by 2 first, and now you come and divide 4 by 2, it's okay. If you want to divide 4 by 4 and then you divide it by this, it is still very okay. You arrive at the same answer. But now let us divide. I'm going to divide this. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 48 divided by 4 is 12. So you have 2 over 3 times 12 over 1. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. Example 3. Now, mixed fractions can also be multiplied. When multiplying mixed fraction, what do? You have to first of all change the mixed fraction to improper fraction before you multiply. Let us change this to improper fraction. 7 times 1 is 7, and 7 plus 5 is 12 over this denominator. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4 all over 3. So now we can go ahead and check if they have multiples among them so that we can divide. So 3, 12. 3 is the multiple of 12. So that means 3 can divide 12? How many 3 is in 3 is 1. How many 3 is in 12? It is 4. Is there any number that can divide? Again, no, no other number. So we have 4 over 7 times 4 over 1. 4 times 4 is 16. 7 times 1 is 7. How many 7 is in 16? It is 2. Remember, 2. So we have 2 whole number, 2 over 7. Now let us multiply the fourth example. And if you look at this, these are mixed fractions multiplied with the proper fraction. So this can also be done. But remember, you have to change the mixed fraction to an improper fraction before you multiply. Let us do that. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. All over 4. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16 over 3. Then we now have the proper fraction written down there. So the next thing we are going to do is to find if they have multiples or factors that we can divide out. So we have 4 here. 4 cannot divide 11. 4 can divide 16. 4, all right. 3 cannot divide 11. 3 cannot divide. 6 cannot divide any of this. So the only one we are going to divide is 4 and 16. 4. How many 4 is in 4 is 1. And how many 4 is in 16? We have 4. So in this work we have 11 over 1 times 4 over 3 times 1 over 6. 11 times 4 times 1 is 44. All over 44. All over 3 times 6 is 18. So how many 18 is in 44? So that is 2. So we write 2 whole number, 8 over 18. Now, if you look at this one, it's not really as now, if you look at this final answer, you have 8 and you have 18. They still have a common multiple. So make sure that your work is divided until there's no common multiple in it. So the common multiple here is 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4 and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the final answer here is 2 whole number, 4 over 9. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel to learn more. Bye.